We're going to continue our discussion on the scaffold, and we're going to look at what's called the floating action button. Now, the floating action button, you actually can't see it immediately off our scaffold, but it's going to be a button right around here. Let's go ahead and go work with this. Now, what we need to do is make a variable. And let's make an onClick function. And in here we want to say value equal new. We want date time. And we want the now to string. So we're just setting it to the current date time. Let's go ahead and set our value in the text. And let's go back into our scaffold here. If you hit Control Space, you can see everything that goes into the scaffold. And one of those is floating action button. So we're going to make a new floating action button, and initially it has an on pressed. Let's move this down a little bit here. And let's see what properties they have. Background color, child, mini, key, elevation. Some of these really aren't going to make much sense, and we really won't use them. But let's play around with background color. We're going to make this red, and let's say mini. Notice how it has child, which is a widget, meaning, yep, you guessed it, we can put anything we want in there, which is so cool. I love that about Flutter. And let's say icons.timer. Hot reload should take place, and sure enough, there's our little button. And if we click it, we can see the date and time. Let's change mini to false. Hot reload kicks in. You see our button's much bigger now. Very cool, very simple little application, but it shows the power of Flutter, especially with the scaffold object and a lot of the built-in functionality. This is something that really sets novice applications apart from professional applications. Let's take a look at the drawer. If you have no idea what a drawer is, you're not going to have much luck looking at the screen because it's hidden. It's another little hidden gem in the scaffold. A drawer will put an icon over here, and I know you've seen this in other applications where you click it and a little window pops out and you can put controls in it. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. There it is right there, drawer widget. Let's make a new drawer. And inside the drawer we can put pretty much anything we want. So we're going to add a child and we're going to say new container. Container is an interesting widget. Container allows you to actually, well, put things in it. It contains other widgets, but it allows you to pad them as well. So we're going to pad that by 32 pixels. And let's go ahead and add a child in here. We're going to add a column. Column is part of layout, which we're going to cover later. Just understand what it does is it helps us move things around the screen. And you can see it takes a list of widgets, meaning it can hold more than one. That's the really cool thing about it, is you don't have to keep saying child, child, child. You can just add a list of widgets in here. And let's add a raise button. Now, we have our unpressed, and notice we have not made a function. There's really no need to. What we're going to do is we're going to fat arrow this over to Navigator. Navigator allows us to navigate around, not just within the same window, but other windows as well. We're just going to pop this in the current context. And what that's going to do is actually close the drawer. There's push and pop. We're going to cover those during navigation, but really just understand what this is going to do is close the drawer. Hot reload should have taken effect, and sure enough, there's our drawer. When we click that, hello drawer, and if we click this button, it closes it. You can add pretty much anything you want, and because the drawer is shown in the current context, it shares the same state as this page. Now we're going to look at persistent footer buttons. It's another hidden gem here. It's actually along the bottom. This area right here is called the footer. And in there you can put just about anything you want. So let's go ahead and fill this in. First thing, we want a variable. And let's make a function. Let's change that to lowercase just to be consistent. All right, now we can get down to business here. You can see persistent footer buttons takes an array of widgets. Widgets, meaning we can use any control we want. In here, let's just say new icon button. And let's just randomly grab some. And let's just make a few of these. Set these to just random icons so we can tell they're different. And hot reload has picked up. As you can see, here's our footer area and here's our buttons. Let's go ahead and change this so we can see that update when we click. And you can see the value changes. Simple and easy way to put controls at the bottom of the screen.